All right, hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. That is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. And Jake, so many stories to share today with the listeners and viewers. So many things that make me happy. Do you have any particular one you'd like to start with?
No, man, I'm good with whatever.
All right, let's jump in.
I'll defer the kickoff there.
Let's kick off with the Target boycott. After Bud Light has fallen into disarray, conservatives are targeting boycott for their celebration of Pride Month. They put out their LGBTQ-friendly items a little early in May, and conservatives said, fuck you, we're going to go after Target, and their stocks are dropping. I haven't read a ton about it, but what I have kind of confuses me. Did you see what the boycott, specifically what began the boycott, what angered people?
Now, I know that people were damaging their stuff, so they went and pulled the Pride stuff, right?
Yeah, they pulled Pride stuff and they moved it to the back of the stores. Like, you walked in and people were saying, oh, it's gay right in your face. We're angry because we love Jesus and hate people, or whatever they say, because they're intolerant. But there was one item in particular.
We want to go in church and stare at a crucifix with a half-naked man with abs. Straight shit like that.
Super straight, yes. No, there was one item in particular that seemed to make the news. Did you see it?
No, I thought it was just rainbow stuff, right?
It was rainbow stuff, but there was one item in particular. It was the trans-friendly bathing suit.
I did hear about that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Here is my question right off the bat. This sounds like a specialty item. If trans people are less than 1% of the population, why does, and I don't care. I'm not talking boycott Target. Like, I'm literally saying, I get it if you have 1,000, red t-shirts like you and I are wearing, it's just a plain, but a very specific trans.
Actually, mine's a red collar shirt because I'm not a fucking animal. Anyway, go on. What are you saying?
I'm just saying that it seems odd that Target.
Now it is unbuttoned, so I'm at least trashy. But yes. Anyway, off the shirts.
Mass sales. We're talking mass production. We are talking bulk items. How many, trans special bathing suits really are needed? I mean, how many millions of trans people are going to Target? I'm not saying it shouldn't exist. I'm not saying boycott Target. I'm just saying it seems like something that, you don't need a big display for. Like, finally, the new trans bathing suits are in, so you can tuck your wiener and, it's supposed to provide. Like, I that's the only aspect. It doesn't seem like a good marketing.
Spoken like a true close-minded jackass.
No. Stop.
Trying to.
I figured out what I needed to say.
Go ahead.
What it makes me sound like, not makes me sound, what I'm thinking in my head is, it seems like printing all the stuff for both football teams, and then when one ends, there are a lot of returns, because it was like, sure, you can order all the trans-friendly bathing suits. I have no problem with that. I just don't understand where the sales are. That is what I'm saying.
And what I'm saying is that you can't just tuck dick and balls in there. You can also tuck Coke in those pouches when you're going through the airport. It's a vacation swimsuit. I love those. I'm going on a honeymoon to fucking Mexico. You think I'm going without transgender bathing suits? You're out of your fucking mind. I'm not trying to get locked up in Mexico.
You'll be good on a pat down, but what if they have the dogs? Because the dogs will sniff them.
Well, here's the thing. I have the Magnum pouch, so I have enough room to shove, like, I coat
coffee
it in, like, peanut butter and coffee and all that stuff.
To where not peanut butter. Dogs love peanut butter. Coffee
that's
grounds,
right.
You're safe.
Coffee. I'm gonna put it all in fucking just a whole thing of toothpaste. They're like, wow, this guy has really minty balls. It's definitely weird, but I'm not trained to bark at it. So I guess he's free to go. But man, if mint is a crime, then this guy is Charles fucking Manson. He's got a whole minty compound in the desert. This fellow. What's up?
He loves his wife. He's
and his wife loves mint.
He's making his junk nice for. Do you even? But seriously,
is this guy smuggling an entire dentist's office? What the fuck is this shit? Why is it so minty down there?
But don't you? I mean, do you see my point at all? I mean, does it really?
A little bit, but I'm also like, A, feels exaggerated. B, I'm like, how many of those swimsuits are actually in there? see, I'm like, hey man, even if it is like, 0.25%, whatever, they got all kinds of weird shit in Target that most people don't want. Okay.
That's true. That's
they still
true.
sell bean bags now. Okay. There's way less people that want bean bags in 2023 than there are trans people, even in Alabama. Those are terrible chairs.
Yeah, that's true. They're not well, they're good when you're 20 and drunk to sleep on because you sort of pass out in it's like a beanbag is the poor man's version of memory foam.
Hey, look, I'm not going to knock him completely. I was conceived on a beanbag chair. It's beside the point. I'm just saying it's a huge, massive store. So, I mean, it's not a bodega. Target is a massive store. So they have broad general items. And then they also have little items like that are just kind of going to niches. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay. I will side with you.
I've seen pink camouflage firearms in Targets. It's fucking crazy.
If they literally put the bathing suits up just as a display and then had 2 on hand because they know their stock, then I'm okay with it. I am only talking financial. I don't care what they promote. They can put trans shit everywhere. They can. I do not care. I was strictly concerned with the financial. But you are correct. If they display it for Pride Month, but also just keep, 1 pair on hand because they know that, it's not going to be a hot ticket item like Taylor Swift tickets. It's a very
this feels like
niche
conservatives
market.
groups trying to get people to go after it because here's the thing. Do you know what a trans bathing suit looks like compared to a regular one?
No.
Yeah, neither do I. You have to be told that shit. You have to be told that shit. It's not. Are you telling me in rural Alabama you walk in and there's shit that says "Roll Tide, Go Crimson," and then right next to that it's a big sign explaining what a fucking transgender bathing suit is? I don't think so. I think goofy ass conservative groups told them what that shit is. They went and scurried all the way to the back of the store where they actually keep this shit in the South, which is the only place that like took all their Pride stuff out of there. I mean, They didn't do that in like most of the states, especially up north. I think some goofy ass fucking OAN guy, I think Tucker Carlson, whatever he's up to now, is like, did you know you can tuck their dick and balls in here and they're trying to groom your kids? Go into aisle 17 at Target and fucking give them a piece of your mind. I think that's what this feels like to me.
That is a good goddamn point. I bet that's what it is. Again, my only questioning was how many did you order? Like it didn't seem like a big ticket item, but you straightened me out on that. Ooh, no pun intended.
I will say Walmart will let you buy them in bulk, which is odd. I don't need 17
Sam's Club
things. I'm not going to Mexico 17 times this month. What am I crazy? What am I Pablo Escobar's fucking main? Am I Johnny Depp and Blow? What is this?
I wonder if Amazon will let you subscribe to them, because if you buy anything on Amazon, they say, ooh, they have a button that says subscribe and save.
I wonder.
So that once a month you get dishwasher detergent or whatever. Like, oh, I need my, it's like an advent calendar. I need to open my new trans.
I know I'm going to get ads for these on Facebook. I don't care now. I'm typing in trans bathing suits in Amazon. Bathing suit. Oh, they have the first thing comes up: trans bathing suit MTF, so male to female. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm a male. I'm going to Mexico.
You're going the other direction.
Female, yeah, right?
And, wait, okay.
Here we go.
Yes, because you need to hide. Okay, what would a female to male bathing suit be? Because is there one? Because they don't have to hide anything.
I mean, nothing came up. I could type in FTM. Maybe it's got a sock in the front. It's got a big old sock in the front, but then it definitely looks like
I'm thinking of the movie Spinal Tap, where he gets busted at the airport with the cucumber.
Yeah, see, this is the opposite of what I want when I'm coming back from Mexico.
Yeah,
they're going to be like, it looks like you have a key ball. It was just an 8-ball. It was, but it was a female to male swimsuit. Son of a bitch! I shouldn't have ordered this when I was drunk and doing a podcast.
Think about this as you search. I believe that conservative Christians don't really believe in God. I don't think they have faith in God. I think they believe because if they really believed that gay people were bad and trans people were bad, and they really believed there was a heaven that they were
I've hit search on this on Amazon like 4 times. This is all my commercials are going to be. They're like, he is definitely, or they are definitely in that 0.5% or whatever, and I'm going to get fucking slaughtered with these on all my social media.
It's probably more interesting than the shit you're getting now. All right, look at me.
Yeah,
listen, I got a question for you. I don't think these people have any faith in God, because if they really believed gay people were going to hell and they were going to heaven because they're good Christians and gay people aren't, isn't that supposed to work itself out? Didn't we get past this whole, like, I need to pound my beliefs into your fucking head? with the Crusades when they realized like, oh, the Crusades were a bad idea. You know what? I know they're not live and let live because they're assholes, but what about it makes them say, I have to be so angry I need to protest shit? If they had faith in God, they would say, ah, you
Well,
know what? I don't believe in this shit, but God's going to work it out.
that's why they always start these laws like with kids and stuff, like kind of like they're doing in
They
Florida.
all-
Like,
yeah.
oh, we're just trying to keep schools from talking about this from K-3, and then it's K-12, and now we're going to go after any parents that are even trying to get kind of gender affirming care or whatever.
Well, in Florida,
And then they're
it's
going to
Florida. It's all the way. It's colleges, universities.
it's all about like we're going to find one issue that a lot of people kind of line up on. That's where we're going to drive our umbrella into the ground, and we're just going to widen it around that shit.
Yeah,
you know.
it's always about the kids.
But they have a thing where they're going, well, they're trying to turn your kids trans, like that's kind of the messaging. But it's also like, hey man, not to be a dick about this, and now that I'm a father, I can say this. Even if some like purple crew cruded motherfucker that just came out of Berkeley or something, it's like it is my mission to go and be a third grade teacher, and I'm going to turn as many cis kids trans as I can. That's my fucking goal. I'm going to come out of this right now. And if my kid comes home in third grade talking about he's trans and he's gay and he's a year later, I'm going to be like, bro, you're not good at being cisgendered if that fucking goofball could trick you into doing this. So that's what I don't think it's good. Even if that was their goal, I don't think it would work on kids that weren't already like trans. It doesn't, nothing about this seems appealing if you're not already like trans or something. You know what I mean? Like
I do, but okay, here, I got kids too. I got a 5th grader and a 3rd grader, and my 5th grader says, oh yeah, everybody at my school says they're gay, but they say it in a kid way. They don't say I'm gay, I prefer the same. They're like, oh, I'm gay, I'm trans. Like they hear it in the zeitgeist and they sort of, but they don't mean it. Like it's a sort of weird trendy thing. Like in the 90s or 2000 when everybody was like, go ahead.
To my point I was talking about earlier, I know you can see it on the screen. Now, I know that it has like the trans colors or whatever. That's sort of those obscure brands of Skittles that no one likes. That's like the trans colors or whatever. But other than that, you look at these bathing suits.
Yeah, that doesn't look like anything.
You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't look at them and be like, that's clearly for a fella to tuck his dick and balls. You know, or you know what I mean? Like a trans person. I wouldn't know that. Someone would have to feed this information to me before I could even commit the fucking hate crime. You know what I mean? On the merchandise and Target. So someone clearly told these people to seek this shit out and go fuck with it. I don't think Target has as much of this because look, it's such a big store. You're going to have a mostly sort of broad sales, but then you're also like, hey man, this fucking store is like 5 acres. Let's have even, you know, like room for the niche shit. We want them coming here to get that too. So I think they just had a little bit of this shit in there and they were told to seek it out.
To get angry about it.
www.christamerica.com. And now they're off to the fucking races.
You know what this reminds me of? Because you and I are young whippersnappers and we're not old at all. This reminds me of the 1996 election, Clinton versus Bob Dole. And Bob Dole came out, and it's funny, I'm holding a pen in my hand as I say it. Bob Dole came out and said that these Hollywood films are bad because they are anti-American and they don't display family values. And these Hollywood films are good. And after being hammered, he said, well, I haven't seen any of the films, but my advisors told me which ones were good or bad. And it's like, it's the same thing, only now someone's telling the dumb people, like, hey, go be angry over this.
Hey, here's another something. You know, I know that people kind of overdo it with the whole cultural appropriation thing. I'm going to go on a limb and say right now, those 2 models ain't really trans women, bro. I think there's some Scarlett Johansson stuff going on the smartphone that I'm holding up to your screen right now, dude. Hey man, I know. Look, there's a lot of passable women out there, and especially with airbrush, I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. I know, like Sports Illustrated made Martha Stewart look like Cindy Crawford in the 90s. Like, yeah, you can fucking do that with photos. It's possible that's what they did. I'm calling it right now. There's going to be companies who are going to get in trouble for culturally appropriating trans bathing suits.
And with real, with all right.
There's cis women in here. I can fucking smell them through my phone, dude. Them's vajayjays under them suits.
All right. Next story. And we're going to stick with conservatives. I'm sorry that we're going to stick with conservatives because we have to. This might be my favorite news story of all time, Jake. All time.
Yeah.
Trump bucks promise wealth for MAGA loyalty. Some lose thousands. A company literally printed up monopoly money. This is something, Jake, you and I have talked about this. Every time this happens, you and I say we need to slap Trump's name on something and sell it to stupid people.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Someone literally put it on monopoly money and said, hey, this will be the currency.
Dude who did this, if you are a listener of this podcast, you owe us 10%. We're your fucking managers on this one, and you goddamn know it.
And people bought... My favorite part of this story is they bought $2,200 worth of Trump bucks, $2,200, and took it to the bank. And the bank was like, yeah, no, why, what? And and then the guy's tweeting, alert, if you
isn't the whole reason you don't want that in the bank?
Of course,
isn't that for people that don't trust banks anyway? Like, what are you taking it to the bank for?
Good goddamn point. Yeah, you're taking you were buying this money. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of
Hillary Clinton won't let you take it back out next month, buddy.
Better Call Saul, when he got that big client who was going to give him $1 million to represent or whatever.
This is embarrassing. I've only watched the first season of that.
That was in the first
and it was
season.
Very good. I need to get fucking caught up, man.
But it was in the first season. He's trying to break out and get his clients, and he meets with a guy that wants him to suit. He wants to be he wants his house to be an independent nation. That episode of Family Guy. He wants
that's right. Yeah.
And then he's like, here, I'll pay you $1 million retainer. Yeah. And he goes into the safe and opens it up, and it's like Billy Beer. It's his money. And Saul is kind of like, oh yeah, thanks. Like, this is good. But that's exactly what this is. These idiots were buying, but you have the point. Jake, you made the good goddamn point. If you are buying this shit, it's because you also buy into the gold advertisements. Why did you take it to the bank? Why did you take it to the bank?
It's insane, man. And I'm looking at the photos on there earlier, you know, and it looks like the coin that they made is sort of making fun of Trump, man. Like, I know it's money. I know it's like it's like metal engravings and stuff, but
it's not flattering.
It ain't flattering, you know.
Got like big fat Trump cheeks. It's not like it's not like his NFTs. And his NFTs, he looks ripped. He's got like a jawline. This is like fat Trump.
Yeah, this looks like those fucking collages and stuff, and you know, little puppet shows that they were doing in Union Square while Trump was president. That's what that shit looks like on that money. Like, I think this is somebody trolling. I think they're making a lot of money off this. I don't even think it's Trump supporters doing this, like putting this out there. They may be tricking Trump supporters into advertising it, but
the company is Patriots Dynasty, Patriots Future, and USA Patriots. And their claim was, if you spent $100 to buy 10,000 diamond Trump bucks, you will be able to cash it in for $10,000. I mean, I can get, who is the pyramid scheme guy that everybody fell for? That took Kevin Bacon's money. Drawing a blank on his name.
Oh, the FTX guy?
No. That's Brian, the before him, the pyramid scheme guy.
Oh, Bernie Madoff?
Yeah, Madoff.
Yeah.
I could see falling for Madoff because
sure.
You give me money, that's an investment. The return on investment is 6%. This is saying you spend $100, you're getting 10,000. Oh my God, to fall for that scam. How simple are you?
It's also saying, you know, if I read it correctly, I'm trying to find this thing.
I love this part. It's a get rich quick scam that is a catnip to a certain kind of Trump supporter, including QAnon believers. I'm on your side, Jake. I do believe someone set this up to take advantage of Trump supporters. They're right. They owe us 10%. We've been talking about this for months. Set up a dumb scam. Rip these rubes off, and someone did it. And this is my favorite story of all time.
It's because we just hit post on these fucking podcasts and we don't trademark anything. That's our goddamn problems. But no, the thing is, if I'm reading this right, they're basically saying that he's going to reinstall himself as president because the election was a scam. And so he's more or less going to do away with currency.
Yep.
And so when that happens,
then you will have the only currency. You will
have the only currency. I would argue, if that came to fruition, these would be worth way more than $10,000 a piece. I mean, this would be like the gold bullion that they're trying to steal from Fort Knox and Die Hard 3. You know what I'm saying? Like these are like the only currency.
New York Stock Exchange, not Fort Knox, but yeah.
Oh yeah, shit.
It was in New York.
But either way, you get my point. Like,
I get it.
It would be insane. It's sort of like how, you know, how Bitcoin, I think when it started, it was like $10 or $20 a coin, and now they're like tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, it would be like that, but with the entire country's economy, and then a bunch of other countries on the planet that kind of, you know, have their economies tied to our currency. Yeah, it would be insane. If that happened, this would be the smartest investment you ever made. Now,
If
it's probably not. I get buying one of these because don't they say they're like $100 or something?
it said you buy $100 worth and it's worth 10,000. Blogger Noah Christopher, who is the moderator of the We Love Trump group with 26,000 subscribers, has urged his followers more than 30 times this year to not get conned. So people are out there trying to do this. I mean,
yeah, hey man, I get it. Like, dude, if they sold $100 coins that were claimed to be minted in 2016, and it was Hillary Clinton clubbing Bernie Sanders in the knees at the primaries, like Tanya Harding or something, that'd be a hilarious coin to buy. You know what I mean? Like for $100 or whatever, if you had it to spend and you're a huge Bernie guy, whatever. Like that. That's what this feels like to me in terms of like just buying one. I get it for the memorabilia,
like the
aspect
NFT.
of
Yeah, like wait, do you remember they used to have those ads like buy this commemorative 9/11 coin?
Oh,
And
I'm sure they still do.
yeah, you put it in a display case. You don't.
Yeah.
It says in the article like, oh, this is accepted at Walmart and Home Depot. Yeah, you put it in a
Yeah,
glass
and hey,
case.
look, man, if he installs himself as a dictator and makes this coin replace the dollar, then yes, it will be literally the greatest investment that anyone has ever made for like $100 or whatever.
We will be the two dumbest podcasters on the planet when this happens.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, dude who spent $2,000 on these, like Elon Musk is going to be asking this guy for fucking rides to space.
Yeah,
it's like it'll be nuts. That said, it's probably not going to happen.
A 99.99999% chance it will not happen.
Dude, the only way it makes sense to actually buy more than like one or two of these for, like, again, I get the memorabilia aspect.
Yeah.
Like, they're cool looking kind of things. And if you love Trump, I definitely don't agree with you, but I get why this might be a good coin, singular, for you. But in terms of like investing more than like one or two of these things, it only makes sense in a weird Brewster's Millions situation where you have to invest 30 million in 30
the back end.
Yeah, and like it's a bet, but you can't have any assets worth anything at the end of that 30 days. Oh, I assure you, sir, they're not. Check it out. Take this 30 million worth of Trump bucks to the bank. They will laugh at you and tell you to shove all 30 million worth of these things up your ass, or you're correct in that he does install himself as a dictator, makes this new currency the thing, and your 30 million worth of Trump bucks means I don't know, it's like 30 trillion now or something.
Yeah.
A lot. It's gonna be a lot, dude.
Well, I mean, it's just sad because the $2,000 he spent, he probably had that earmarked for scratchers, cigarettes, and trips to the casino. Because
think of the hardworking scratch ticket families. You know what I mean? The families that make and provide the scratch tickets, who are now going hungry because you spent this on Trump bucks now
instead of your scratchers.
That's right. They depended on this guy.
Next story, my friend. I always love the media because I hate the media. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, let's do that one quick. I clicked on the wrong thing, but let's do it. Where's the X? I can't get off this fucking ad. No, thanks. Get off there. All right. Woman charged in drunk driving, killing of bride in South Carolina seeks bond. Where is it? Here we go. Very first sentence. Defense attorneys are seeking bond for an alleged drunken driver who police say slammed in a newlywed. Alleged. I love that word is in there. We've talked about this. The rest of the article talks about everything she did very explicitly, how witnesses saw her hit the car, saw her get out of her own car. She was arrested. She was drunk. Everything about the story shows mountains of evidence. Yet the very first sentence, they have to couch it in allegedly. I mean, we have all this evidence, but I just love it. I love it that it has to be in there.
Yeah, I mean, for any big newspaper, I think it's just sort of like, my boss's boss back in fucking 1980, whatever, decided this for the whole paper because some fucking guy said something and then
got sued.
Yeah, and so now they're all going to do it, no matter how. It's like, well, they found 7 heads in his fridge, and they think he might have been murdering people allegedly. Like, well,
we found all these bodies in Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment. He
Right.
allegedly killed them. But
I like the idea of a guy getting off for that and then being like, well, I'm not so much mad at the cops for arresting me or the guy who planted all these heads in my fridge. That motherfucker at Yahoo News. Oh, you fucking asshole. I hate clickbait being written about me and those heads that ended up in my fridge. God rest their souls. Don't know how they went there. You should have put allegedly. I didn't put those fucking heads in there. In fact, you know what? I'm going to cut your head off and put it in my fridge. I didn't think I'd be driven to this, but God damn it. You got to put allegedly before I wasn't convicted for the head thing. You should have put allegedly. That's why I'm going to be fucking snacking on you, you hack ass clickbaiting fuck.
that's why I'm killing you. Well, speaking of killers, let's just jump straight into this one. Judge enters not guilty pleas on behalf of Brian Koberger, charged in Idaho student murders. The Idaho students' murders were the biggest news in the world several months ago when it happened.
Allegedly.
Yeah, well,
I ain't trying to get his podcast sued by the Idaho stabber guy. I'm trying to induce this man's rage on us. Trying to
good
sell
call
Trump
because he is a murderer, according to the news, not me. I say, well, either way. An Idaho judge entered not guilty pleas on behalf of Brian, the man accused of killing 4 University of Ohio students last fall during an arraignment. He did not speak. They asked him, and he did not. Here's my question: any lawyers listening to us, why did the judge just not say when he said, "Do you have a plea?" and the guy sits there without saying anything? All right, would you like me to enter a plea for you? The guy doesn't say anything. All right, fucking guilty. Trial over. Boom. Drop that guy. Like, if he's not going to enter a plea, why would the judge say not guilty? Fucking guilty, gone. If you're not going to speak up, that's what happens to you.
Yeah. Just look at it from like a hand in the cookie jar type of situation. If you're just like, hey man, did you stab those 7 college? Hey, ask me real quick if I stabbed 7 college students last night.
Jake, last night, did you happen to go out at all?
I did actually, man. I had a couple of drinks, man.
Nice. When you had those drinks, did you happen to go into any dormitories and stab 7 college students?
Fuck no. You see how easy that was? Because I didn't actually stab 7 college students. Now, if I say anything other than that, it's probably bullshit. Ask me, skip to the end again. Ask the dorm thing.
Yeah. Jake, last night, did you happen to enter into a dormitory on a college campus and, stab 7 college students?
You see, that already looks guilty as fuck. You know what I mean? Like me even taking like 2 seconds looks guilty as fuck. If he's not making like a pleasy poo when he knew he had to be there, then he did that shit.
This is the other part. When asked for his pleas, he remained silent, and his attorney rose and said, "Your Honor, we are standing silent." And then the judge entered. If we are going to be silent, all right, then fuck you. Guilty, 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 guilty.
Yeah.
He said you are wasting taxpayer dollars. You and I don't talk about wasting taxpayer dollars very much, but this is maybe I don't know. Maybe he's looking to be the next Judge Ito. He's like, I've got him. I want the cameras in my courtroom. I'm going to get the dancing Ito's, whatever this judge's name is.
Right.
He'll get on the Tonight Show like Ito did. The Ito was the judge in Simpson, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah. The OJ. Yeah. And and the thing is it's like, yeah, OJ had good lawyers behind them, so they were just like, did he do it? Fuck no, not guilty. like that was, like you're not even doing a good job of trying to get this guy off.
No.
Anything other than a no, I didn't do it means you probably fucking did it. I don't, either that or you're so bad shit crazy, you're not going to be able to defend yourself on this one.
Yeah. All right. 1 or 2 more, and then we have questions. We have comments from YouTube to address. Oh, we have 10 minutes. All right, so I'll watch the timer, and I will make sure that the timer's going in the corner. Let's hit this one. This is me just being a judgmental dick, and I admit it. Kim Kardashian says she cries herself to sleep some nights while raising her children as a single parent. There is nothing that can prepare you. Hey, Jake, what could prepare you for being a single parent? What could prepare you? Being a billionaire, having as many nannies and servants and chefs and butlers and maids. You're not doing the laundry. You don't have to change. They're your kids, and I'm sure you want to spend time with them. Yes, but you don't have to do a fucking thing a normal person does. I am sorry that I'm judgmental, but fuck you for crying yourself to sleep. Not only for that bullshit, but also you married Kanye. every single person on the planet knew it was going to end in divorce.
No, that's why
Every
she really
single
cries
person.
herself to sleep is marrying Kanye. In fact, I would argue that having Kanye running around your house in that fucking gimp mask 7 days a week is way worse than not having the guy around. That's,
yes, I would say that too.
now that's it. Like I hear what you're saying, and that was kind of my initial thought, but then I was like, I think I'm less annoyed at this than I would be if she did the other thing that you kind of see like
Oh, where
rich
she
celebrities
says,
doing a lot, where it's like, no, I just want to prove to people that a single mother in
yeah,
2023 can do it. All you need is the 2 nannies and the 3 maids and the
Isn't a
15
chef.
tutors. And it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, but that ain't, why are you encouraging people to go? Like, I just had a kid. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah, you
can't
have a baby.
fucking imagine. It's already so time consuming just having one of us have to be here at all times.
Yeah.
If we were on our fucking own, like that would be crazy. And it's one thing, yeah, there's lots of people that have big families that they live around that can help with that. Sure, that's not everybody's case. There's lots of people, certainly if you have a lot of money, yeah, now you get to hire the other parent. You get to outsource everything that parent does. I'm not saying everything. Yeah, there's the emotional thing of having,
Yeah.
I get it, but the nuts and the fucking day-to-day of it, you
Laundry,
can hire people
grocery
to do.
store,
Yeah.
meals, all that
Yeah.
shit. And like what you said, big family. Like I have 2 kids, and I gotta tell you this: I am just gobsmacked by any family that's larger than 4 people, because my wife and we have man coverage right now. When you go to Zone, if you have that 3rd kid, fuck, I don't know how anybody does
Go
it.
to Zone.
Like two parents, 1 kid is bad. 2 parents, 2 kids is fucking, and then so to get the
Right.
3, and so
Now
she's
imagine
got a
it's 3
team.
parents or 3 kids, 1 parent. It becomes like any scene from the remake of All Quiet on the Western Front, just dong, dong, dong. And now they're fucking overrunning you,
Yep.
And it's a whole goddamn ordeal. And really, I think walking out on your family like as a dude, I'm just like, that is a form of child abuse.
Yes.
I'm not saying there's not worse things you can do to a kid. Obviously, it's better than being there every night to put lit cigarettes out them as you're reading the bedtime stories. Yeah, it'd probably be worse than leaving. That said, leaving's pretty fucking bad. And like our society doesn't, for whatever reason, is just sort of like, yeah, but maybe some therapist told him he needed to go find himself. So he's finding himself and he's ditching the kids and like whatever. I don't know. But it's just such a fucking horrible thing to do to a family. And I think, hats off to Kim Kardashian. I think she's kind of doing the right thing by being like, hey, this sucks, as opposed to being one of those rich celebrities going, no, it's easy. You just need to be a girl boss and yes, queen. It's like, yeah, you can do that with $1 million fucking dollars in your pocket, or in her case, like $1 billion,
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, if you are so insanely financially comfortable, then yes, being a single parent is very manageable. That is not the case for most people. And so I hate when rich people fucking try to push that shit like it's a good thing for everybody, no matter what their living condition is, including the living conditions of the vast majority of the population.
I hear you. I don't disagree. My counter would be, then maybe she should just shut the fuck up in general. Because I still agree with my point of you've got it easy with your billions and all your helpers. I absolutely hear you, and I don't disagree. So just overall, shut the fuck up.
I don't know, man. I'd cry myself to sleep if I had even a puppy that I bought with Kanye. I'd be like, this thing's gonna grow up to be fucked up. Like by the time it's gonna be biting mailmen and screaming anti-Semitic shit at them, just it's the drunk goose. Like it's a fucking he's gonna be a goddamn nightmare, this dog.
Bad doggy, bad doggy. All
Yeah.
right. We got 5 minutes left. Let's skip the last story. It's about Lauren Boebert, and she can go fuck herself. So do you have the comment in front of you, Jake? We've been getting comments. People been watching the videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Even if you say something nasty, that's okay, because I don't remember if this was. Oh, yeah, I remember what this was. You got the comment for months, and this is an old one, months and months ago. Jake went on a little, I want to say tirade, a little rant against a therapist who was taking care of an NBA player, and someone took umbrage with that. Do you want to read the comment and then respond?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, here we go. Says it's a pseudoscience and proceeds to accept the world crazy. I don't know what. Oh, accept the word.
You said
crazy.
It was a pseudoscience, is what he's saying, I believe.
And proceeds to accept the word crazy. I don't know what accept the word crazy means.
And neither do I.
I don't know, man. He's whatever.
He's
Therapist is just under psychologist in terms of education. Ooh, I don't respect them either. But either way, I'm curious to know what condition he has denounced because of actual pseudoscience and misinformation. Oh, how about all of them? Climate deniers, COVID deniers, shitheads like you. I wrote them all in together. People that use those fucking crystals.
well,
the
he's
Reiki
attacking
people.
you for not believing in therapy. It was poorly written. It's hard to decipher, but the overall context was, fuck you, Jake. Therapy is good for people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm getting that. But I thought he was saying, like, what other types of shit have I
Okay, yeah, I didn't remember
denounced
that
because
part.
of
I just remember he was
pseudoscience and
upset with you for
misinformation? Yeah, lots of shit, man. I don't believe in really anything. When I think of people like this,
well,
he might
except
as
for
well be.
Scientology. You are a very devout Scientologist, and I
Yeah, bro,
love you
I'm
for
trying to
that.
get booked in Hollywood. If this fucking guy costs me a role, I swear to God, I'll suck Mel Gibson's. No, not Mel Gibson. Tom Cruise's dick right now for a fucking spot on Mission Impossible 17. I just want to be a henchman that gets kicked in the face at this point. Let's see. When I think of people like this, he might as well be a flat earther. Some of the best sex I've ever had is with flat earthers. Okay, you know what I mean?
Crazy fuck's good. That's the thing with crazy is they
fuck's
fuck
good.
Yeah.
Crazy fuck's good.
Wait, I forgot that. He compared you to a flat earther. You don't believe in therapy, so apparently you don't believe the world is round. Is that was his?
I guess. It's
All
what
right.
he's doing is he's taking one little piece of thing and then assuming like 17 other, like flat earthers do. Anyway, so doctors are fake because they can't cure cancer. Sometimes it's a matter of treating the issue the best you can. Listen, there's more people in therapy now than ever, and the country is riddled with crazy fucks. If they're good at their jobs, then they need to actually get to fucking work and not do it all over Zoom or like something. Something's not connecting. These are the same people who were pushing out OxyContin for sprained ankles and shit.
No, that was medical doctors. This is therapy.
Yeah. All right. To be fair, then the Ritalin doctors. When I was in school, it's does your kid not like school? Then he needs to take a handful of these pills that we were bribed to give every kid that doesn't like school. Now, to be fair, I did enjoy those because the bunch of parents or kids whose parents were stupid enough to get them for them sold them to me, and I crushed them up and did lines of them, and it made me very fucking high. So I'm not saying, look, every rose has its thorn. Every cloud has a silver lining or whatever the fuck. But yeah, basically, all I'm saying is, half these fucking mass shooters and stuff. Well, of course, we need more gun control and stuff, and but half these motherfuckers are already on medication, so maybe that therapist should lose his license. Just a thought. If we're gonna yank the guns, which, hey, yeah, I think we should fucking try to reduce the number of guns in society, but also the smug ass Ivy League therapists who convinced this nut job to take the medication that this therapist was bribed to give him should have to pay for the caskets that his patient fucking caused to happen at a Walmart the day after he sat in his office while he sat there all smug with fucking elbow patches going, how does that make you feel? Take a handful of these and go to Walmart. Right? So.
And there you have it. And that's probably 15 seconds. So, Jake, good seeing your face.
You
Thanks
too, man.
for watching. Thanks for listening. Goodbye, all.
Later.